So we're live.
Live.
I always miss the best part of the show. Let's get the intro music.
You want the intro music?
I want the intro music.
Here comes the intro music.
Okay.
Give me a countdown.
3, 2, 1. That was amazing. Oh, great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you worked on that a lot, I could tell.
Not as much as the previous ones.
Oh, yeah, I could tell that also. So really quick this morning, wanted to get into a quick NFL segment, pick the games from today. Real quick, did have a big win yesterday, as you can see, be a champion.
Big win, roll tide. The game turned out a lot better than we both expected, I believe, and excellent first half, good second half. We let them score a few points, but overall we covered the spread and we played really well. We played really well, and the good part, unfortunately, we lost Jace McClellan for, I don't know if they gave a definite time period. I just know Nick Saban.
He just said a while, which makes it almost sound like not the rest of the season. So
right, we might see him in the SEC championship or maybe playoffs. But the good thing about our schedule is it's smooth sailing until Atlanta. So
right,
we're good.
So let's not look too far ahead. Texas A&M is next,
Correct.
So we'll talk about that game more later this week. Let's go ahead and jump quickly into the NFL part and get our picks out real quick.
Okay.
And here you go. Should be able to see the stuff now. And start off with an ugly game. Washington at the Falcons.
I kind of could have gone either way with this one. I think both Washington has struggled offensively and Atlanta struggled defensively, but I'm picking
Atlanta has struggled, period.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and just pick the Falcons at home, and I'll hopefully they get it together and pull this one out just for the sake of my winning.
Yeah. Well, I picked Washington, but I mean, honestly, I hate that I'm in a market that they might actually put this game on TV because this is not what I want to watch in the early games.
Wow.
But yeah. Wow. Next up, Texans and Bills. I mean, to me, it's an easy Bills
Buffalo,
victory. Yeah. Texans more worried about what's going to happen with Watson and can they still trade him? I mean, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
The Lions at the Bears. So yesterday we both picked against Michigan, and a good friend of mine, Armin Hoda, is a Michigan fan. Okay. And so he was a little upset at me for it, and rightfully so. So in honor of him,
right,
I'm picking Detroit today. The Lions over the Bears.
Great minds think alike. And again, Armin, thank you for watching. If you do watch this video, and I am also picking Detroit. I know Justin Fields is starting again. I think he got sacked 9 times last week.
Yeah.
And the first time I saw that stat, I didn't believe it, but I think he's going to have another rough game today, and I'm going to go with Detroit. I think Jared Goff is actually going to have a pretty good game today, and I'm going to go with Detroit.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I never thought I'd be at the point in my life where I was picking the Detroit Lions to win a football game, but hey, here we are. Next up is the Panthers at Cowboys. Raj will be at this game.
I will not be at this game.
Raj will not be at this game, but I'm still going to pick Dallas to win.
I'm going to go with Dallas. I am going to go with the home team. We saw them last week when they played Philly. They looked really, really good. We were at that game. I think I'm going to go with Dallas, but this is going to be a really good game.
Yeah, Panthers very underrated coming into this one.
Panthers are undefeated. Sam Darnold's having a great season. I think he's finally found a good fit, good coach, good staff, etc. But Dak's having a good season. The running game looks good. Tony Pollard a lot of people are talking about Tony Pollard should actually be, the premier back over Zeke. I think, we'll just see. I think he's a little faster than Zeke.
He is, but I think those are those good change of pace kind of situations versus like, is he ready to be the number one? So
Right.
But
so I'm going to go with the hometown team. I'm going with Dallas. Who do you have?
I'm going with Dallas. Yep. Colts or the Dolphins?
Don't even ask. I'm going with my Fins. Sorry.
Even without Tua?
Even without Tua, Colts are defeated. I'm just hoping that our offense, and this has been my issue with Miami all year, is we have the weapons on offense. We have a good defense, but we have the weapons on offense. We're just not, I don't think we're utilizing them the right way. I hate that Tua got hurt. I don't think Jacoby Brissett is really that much better than Tua. I don't know if Tua is really that much better than Jacoby Brissett. I don't think he's really proved it yet. But I'm hoping this is one of those games where we're able to utilize our offensive weapons and Miami picks up the W. What do you have?
I'm going to go with the Colts kind of just because. I don't really believe in the Dolphins yet. They don't seem to have put it all together. Their offensive line is trash. And I think I have a fantasy member on the Colts, so I really need him to have a big game. So, yeah, I lost to the worst team in the league last week, so I really need a win here. So I'll be rooting on the Colts. Don't make that face.
Next game.
So the Browns at the Vikings.
I'm going with Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm surprised this line was only Cleveland -1.
1 point.
I felt like they had an easy one, but then the Vikings surprised the Seattle last week. So I'm going with the Vikings at home in a
That
pick.
was weird. I thought Seattle was going to win that game, but
I don't think they scored a single point in the whole second half. Did you know that Seattle hasn't scored a single point in the third quarter at all this year?
I did not know that.
I didn't know that was
good.
possible.
Shout out to the person getting our stats together.
Yeah, hey.
Shout out to Rick. Yeah.
Rick, yes. His name's actually Brian, but that's fine. Don't worry about
all
it.
Right. Cool.
We don't pay them to have names.
We don't
pay them actually, but anyway. All right, moving on. Giants and Saints. I mean, Saints. No matter how bad they've looked at times or how good they've looked at times, they're not the Giants.
Yeah, I'm going with the Saints too. I think hopefully Jameis has a pretty good game and Saints are at home, so I'm going to go with the Saints.
Yep. Titans at Jets. This one, seemed like an easy one early, but now nobody's playing for the Titans today except I think Derrick Henry. So
I think Henry's in. I'm going to go with the Titans anyway. I just think with Zach Wilson still in New York, him and both Trevor Lawrence, and I told you this even before the season started, they're just going to have a really, really rough first couple of years, and it's just going to continue to be like they just the rookie woes and the second year woes of being on a pretty crappy team. So I'm going with the Titans.
Yeah, and what could probably be a boring one, Derrick Henry might get more carries than Brian Robinson did yesterday without Julio and without AJ to throw to. This would be a goofy little game right here. Chiefs and Eagles. I think the Chiefs take this one easily. The Eagles, I love Jalen, but that was a terrible performance against Dallas last week. Yeah, that when the Eagles played Dallas, they struggled so bad offensively. It was just horrendous. And I don't think they'll be able to defend KC pretty well, but not enough to prevent KC from scoring a lot. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs as well. Yes. Now the premier game. This will be the most fun game of the day to me, I think, man. Stafford, Stafford is showing you, look, man, it wasn't my fault at Detroit. Okay. Right. All I need was a little bit to work with. Can you imagine being Jared Goff and finding out you're getting traded to Detroit after coming from the Rams to the Lions? You're like, what did I do to deserve this? I'd probably just retire. I'd be like, I might too. I'm good. So either that or apologize to whoever that you've screwed over to put you in this position. It makes me wonder how much longer Matt Stafford would have played had he stayed in Detroit. Because if you think about Barry Sanders and Megatron, they both retired somewhat early. Even though they played around 9 or 10 years, they retired because they're like, look, nothing's happening here. Yeah. So good for Matt Stafford. Golf will be selling insurance in 3 years. Yeah. Basically. But I'm going with the Rams, man. I love the way Stafford's playing. I think a little bit more consistent than the Cardinals. I think they take this one at home. I got the Rams at home too, and I think, as you just mentioned, I think this is going to be the most exciting game by far on the entire weekend. Looking forward to this one. And then just to tell you how tough this division is, the Seahawks and 49ers right there behind them in the next game. 49ers just barely missed an undefeated season by letting that one slip away against Green Bay. I think they take the Seahawks at home, though. I think 49ers will be a little bit more consistent in this one. I was so undecided in this one because of what happened to Seattle last week. But I'm going to go ahead and pick Seattle. I know they picked San Francisco by 2.5, but I'm going to go ahead and take Seattle. I think Russell Wilson and the team pulled it out this week. Got it. Next up, I'm glad we don't agree on everything. Yes. Well, we're brothers, so I don't think we're supposed to. So. And you know what I just thought of right in the middle of this segment? For our college picks and our NFL picks, I say we wager a bobblehead doll. Loser has to buy the winner a bobblehead. That way I can sit it right here and display it in the middle of our shows. Okay. Ravens at Broncos. Broncos undefeated, but have played nobody. I think the teams they've played have a combined winning percentage of like 0.10, something like that. Ravens, I don't know. All depends on what you're getting from Lamar Jackson. I think I'm going to pick the Ravens, and I know halfway through this game I won't feel good about it.
I got the Ravens too. I was kind of undecided about this one because the Broncos are undefeated, and I don't know. I just think Lamar Jackson's gonna have a big. I think Lamar is gonna have a big game, but I'm happy for Teddy Bridgewater in Denver because I know he's been bouncing around the league for so long, and he's actually having a really, really good season. So happy for him. But I am going to take Baltimore.
Great. Steelers or Packers? I mean Packers. Steelers are dead in the water here. And Ben should have probably retired a couple years ago. So
Packers are on a nice little 2-game winning streak. I think they make it 3 games this weekend, and I got the Packers.
It's funny that we call the other game the marquee matchup because this is the game everybody's talking about.
Oh Lord!
I just don't care enough, but I'll probably watch it.
I don't either. He's returning home, and then they play the Adele music, and they're back. Hello to the other side. Anyway,
I'm sorry. What was that rendition again?
Hello from the other side.
All righty. Okay.
Yeah.
This is why you get to make the theme music for the show.
Thank you. I think we both picked the Buccaneers, though.
Yeah, I'm picking the Bucs. Patriot. I love Mac Jones, but they just don't have enough. And maybe in a couple of years he could get them, but right now, Bucs just playing too well. I think they get this one. And then, of course, the Monday night game, Raiders at Chargers. Raiders undefeated, but man, the Chargers with that win against Chiefs, it's hard for me to pick against them. So, and if we're talking about the NFC West is a tough division, look at the AFC West with the Raiders, Chargers, Chiefs, and Broncos. That's a tough division as well. But I'm going to pick the Chargers at home on this one.
I got the Chargers as well too. The Raiders have undefeated. I know, and I understand that, but I got Chargers and Justin Herbert. Not to mention Justin Herbert's on my fantasy team, so I really need him.
And your brother's name is Herbert, so I feel like that's what put it all together. I got it.
And just a small disclaimer, we decided to make this video after the Thursday night game, but let's just throw this in there. We would have picked Cincinnati probably anyway. But
I couldn't pick Jacksonville to do anything this year.
Yeah.
So what if Jacksonville plays like the Jets? Then what do you do?
I don't know.
What if they play Houston? I guess they got to play Houston, right? Houston beat them in the first game, right?
Yeah.
And they get to play a game. What if you had tickets to those games?
I wouldn't even know if I would want to go. And then how do you sell? Who do you sell them to? Like people like
you give them away.
Yeah.
Trade them for a full tank of gas or something. I don't know. Now the gas is probably worth way more. So now that's out too.
You have to give them away. Nobody's gonna buy those tickets.
Anyway, that's the football segment. If you do come up with something different, or if any of our many millions and millions of listeners want to throw something else out as the bet, I just want a bobblehead for myself so I can display it during the show. But we can have one bobblehead bet and one other bet. So plus I get to keep score, so no matter what happens, I'll make sure I'm winning this. And on that note, I think it's time to head on out. Raj, any final words?
No, good day of football yesterday. Glad Alabama won. Didn't really care who won, but I wanted LSU to win because that's who I selected, and I thought they were going to win. I was surprised to see Bo Nix start after Finley kind of pulled him out of the trenches last week against Georgia State, because Georgia State's a great team. But Bo Nix ran around, he did what he had to do, and they won the game. So,
Yeah. We'll cover it more when we do some more college football later on in this week. But as for right now, NFL segment's done. Raj, good luck to your fans today, even though they probably don't win. And roll Tide as always.
Roll Tide.